This is bear crawls. What I want you to think about here is keeping hands flat as you're crawling and have your knees as close to the ground as possible, sitting about an inch off the ground. And you want to make sure that your knees travel forward while doing this movement here. Loads, developing leg strength. When you're doing the movement, you want your toes to always be facing slightly outwards. So you're going to go all the way down, touch the ground. So all the way down, touch the ground. And then as you stand, explode up, your feet are going to touch. So notice how my knees are always tracking over the outside edges of my feet. Or lateral jumps, you can use a towel, or in this case I've got a yoga mat. So we're working the lateral structures of the legs. So you come as far over to the towel as possible. You're using it as a reference to how far you're actually jumping. You want to aim to get to the opposite side of the towel or the mat. With the prone hold, it's better if you think about keeping the hips actually above your shoulders. So when you get into position, instead of hips dropping down, or you're coming up into an A-frame position, if you think about the hips just being above your shoulders, you have a tendency to embrace your abdominal muscles a lot better. And this is your prone hold position. Keeping everything straight, actively tense the midsection and tensing through your glutes. Half Hindus is a really good exercise for the entire upper body. You do end up stabilizing through your legs as well, so it ends up being a full body movement, but predominantly upper body. I'll demonstrate the exercise front on and then side on. So front on position, you actually want your feet as wide as possible. Hands approximately shoulder width apart, and you press back into A-frame, so your ears are in between your arms. From this position here, you bend at the elbows, your face goes towards the ground, then the chest, and then your hips, but I don't touch. And then you come back to A-frame. So this is half Hindus. Bend at the elbows, face close to the ground, chest, and then hips. Back to the start position. Okay, so side on. Once again, feet wide, hands close, come back into A-frame, and then from here, face, chest, hips. Back to A-frame, face, chest, hips. Back to A-frame. Jumping alternating lunges is really good for developing lower limb power. In this case, I'm going to start with my right foot forward, left foot back. Body always stays up tall as much as you can. Place your hands on your hips. If you need more stability, just bring your arms out. So back leg touches the ground, torso up tall, jump, and then alternate. Aiming to keep your front knee always tracking forward. Side profile. Body up tall, hands on hips. A tabletop position, alternating with the opposite hand to foot touches. So I'll demonstrate front on, then side on. So coming into tabletop position. So from here, I'm going to alternate. So I'm going to touch my left foot with my right hand. And then alternate. Side on. So this exercise here is supine toe touches, so working more or less the upper abdomen. I'll show you from head end so you can see how high up my shoulders are coming, because that's really important. So you lie down on your back. What you want to do here is, if you can, bring your entire shoulder blade on each side up off the ground. So more or less it's your feet and lower spine that's actually touching on the floor. From this position here, keep your hands straight. touch the ankles, touch the ankles. See how my shoulder blades are constantly staying off the floor. From side on, if you have your feet close together, so if I have my feet close together here, and then I sit up, quite easy. The further I take my feet out, becomes more challenging. So now I really have to stretch